Tonight, from the village of Harlem in New York City, the world-famous Apollo Theater, where dreams are born and legends are made, is proud to present It's Showtime at the Apollo. The village of Harlem in New York City, the world-famous Apollo Theater, where dreams are born and legends are made, is proud to present It's Showtime at the Apollo.
Shame, shame, shame.
Welcome on this cold evening to Shame TV 2. You know who it is, your host. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Ran across a lot of things today, which drove me to delivering this stream to you tonight. Relaxing, trying to stay warm in this little snow blizzard, whatever you want to call it. What up, Doran? Yes, Tev, come on in. Come on in, people. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by Shame TV 2. I'd like to give a disclaimer before we even really get started that all the audio that will be played tonight is for fair use purposes, as far as critique, criticism, educational purposes, etc.
Shame, shame, shame.
Now, if you haven't noticed, I did a live stream last night. And the live stream last night, what's up, Red Spot? The live stream, we were discussing Umar Johnson. We were reading from his UNIA resignation letter / speech, more in the line of speech.
Shame, shame, shame.
Damn right, CCC. Fair use in the motherfucking house. But we just want to play a little audio tonight. I'm letting everyone come in, you know, because this all ties into the $25,000, now $15,000, now possibly not even taking place this summer. Sonetta Award Show Deception live from the Apollo.
Tonight, from the village of Harlem in New York City, the world-famous Apollo Theater, where dreams are born
Dreams are born,
is proud to present It's Showtime at the Apollo.
Now, this Showtime is definitely going to be in Harlem. This Showtime, but it's not going to be at the Apollo. It's at that other spot in Harlem. That other spot where dreams are born and legends like the Nisut Lima Bean are made. This place is where Dr. Reggie became a doctor, where Shaka Amos's music career was launched right here in Harlem on Sonettas. Yes. Dreams are born and legends are made. We had another person who had big dreams. He's seen the success of Shaka Amos. He's seen the success of Polite. He's seen the success of people like Unk, able to do lectures. He wanted in, but he couldn't come in the front door. He had nothing to bring. A place, yes, D Prince, where you can be wherever the fuck you want to be, whoever you want to be. This nigga, I'm gonna get serious. Kev Gill's real feelings about young Pharoah and more damaging Sonetta Apollo audio. Now, the reason this stream is going up, like I said, fair use is definitely in the house. This is just public audio information that I'm using for critique, criticism, and educational purposes. Now, we've heard before the connection between Sonetta and and Kev Gillz. We've heard before the connection get even deeper. We heard Sonetta come on and call his show and warn him on his show that he better tread lightly and be careful, because if he doesn't, he's got more damaging audio to play. Now, I'm not going to play that one tonight because we've heard it. I might. You never know. We'll see. But we're going to start right here with what we heard last night. Okay. This is internal affairs. Sorry, people. Technical difficulties. No, I'm joking. All right, here you go.
You ain't shit. Young Pharoah, you ain't shit. Pharoah, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posted online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I'm gonna kill somebody. Young Pharoah did the whole commentary with no shirt on. Let you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who's sitting up there in his comics talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they're appealing to. Black people. Young Pharoah can't make you no money. Young Pharoah can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and Young Pharoah, somebody gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. Film that shit like world star. You remember Young Pharoah, the big little dude who out here talking, flexing on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much it is and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense than you made 10 years ago. And Young Pharoah, you have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So you trying to say that what you're saying is authentic? You came up with this shit by yourself? I hope not. In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharoah.
Now, the reason why I decided to play that was because this individual claims to have had a small misunderstanding with Young Pharoah that got cleared up. Okay? From me to you, being completely honest, I had never known that he had this type of anger and hate towards Young Pharoah. Now, when I first encountered, do you remember that? Okay. Well, when I first encountered Kev Gillz, I encountered him this way.
At 11:15. Yeah. At 11:15, on the floor after the shoot.
After we was leaving, after I left, other people was coming in and when we was leaving.
But you don't remember what they.
Your sources, so
Hold on.
nigga, hey, this is my
Bottle cleaned up.
To do a follow-up video that I did on Young Pharoah, Allah, and the brother had responded to one of the videos I put up, and I just wanted to go over that real quick. And now, mind you, this audio is from Derek Jones Talks, which is my very first video. I don't even have this fucking audio. So big up to Stone Soup TV, because I don't even have this audio no more, and it's me. But this is how I first encountered Kev Gillz was because he did a video on young Pharoah talking about how he needs to go to jail and he needs to, the police need to do this and do that to this nigga. And I'm like, off of a YouTube video. And I was like, whoa, in a supposed rap song that Pharoah made. Now, I was like, listen, man, I'm not, as the black man that I am, I don't play that jail shit and that court shit because that shit is serious. So I don't play with that. That's not something that to me should be joked around on YouTube platforms. You know, like when people are going after people for like real criminal reasons, like that's where I fall back because I'm like, yo, I would like to know whether you actually have facts and evidence that this person is actually indeed engaging in some criminal behavior, this, that, and the third, before I even talk about some sort of legalities and the law and calling the courts and all of that shit. So when I met Kev, he was talking shit about Polite, and I was like, cool, I like the videos. But then this nigga started going in on young Pharoah, and like I said before, like, yo, I'm subscribed to Pharoah page, but honestly, I don't watch every single video Pharoah puts out. But as far as I was concerned, the nigga was keeping it real when it came to Sinetta and them niggas. So that was the end of that with me. Long as I ain't see you do nothing weird, that's what it was. So anyway, Kev did a video and he was saying how the nigga needs to go to jail. See right here, listen right here. He said he threw a gun and this, that, and the third. And I was like, whoa, G, like that's too much for you to be saying with no, that's not enough evidence to be accusing nobody of no fucking murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you don't have no evidence, no knowledge of the situation to be and taken from a rap song when everybody knows that rap songs are 99.99% theatrical. So it's like, nigga, like niggas always amp themselves up to sound like superheroes in rap songs. Niggas always big themselves up and try to sound like they the shit and they a monster, they the Hulk in a rap song. So it's like, nigga, I'm not trying to, they the ultimate killer or they're the ultimate hustler or the ultimate lover, playboy or whatever. So I wasn't about to sit there and use that shit in no way, shape, form, or fashion. I had made a video. And that's how I first encountered young Pharoah because he was responding to the videos and shit like that. But that's where this audio comes from, and I'll let you listen. Played up the video that Kev Gillz put up. And basically he said that I'm gonna start from the beginning. What up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up? Coming at y'all real quick to do a follow-up video that I did on young Pharoah, Allah. And the brother had responded to one of the videos I put up. And I just wanted to go over that real quick. And he cleared up the video that Kev Gillz put up. And basically he said just what I said because I didn't agree with that video too much due to the fact that you don't know the particulars. There were no particulars given, so therefore you can't form any conclusions off that limited ass information, bro. That's all I was saying. Not in a conclusion. It's something this serious. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing we saying that Sinetas are this or somebody else or that, but nigga, when you start dealing with law enforcement and as corny as these people are and the way they want to get at people and put us on, you know, in jail anyway, like that's the one thing, like I said, I don't play that law shit too much because it's too arbitrary and it's too slave-minded. Like somebody's a master and someone's a fucking slave in that scenario. There's no freedom. There's no coming together and meeting of the minds, and this is what we're going to do from here on out, is just do this or else, and I'm no one's slave. So anyway, staying on focus, Pharoah shot me this little message back, and he was saying he saw the video, he watched it, he agreed with it 100%, and he also went on to say that the event that he was talking about, of course, were two different incidences, and as a matter of fact, they were so separate that they were 2 years apart. And if you see it right there, it was like when I was jumping the fence and throwing the gun when I was 16 years old, You know what I'm saying? Like, and the other thing he got framed for when he was 18. So I was just throwing that up real quick, man. Follow-up video to let everybody know that the young brother wasn't snitching on himself in the fucking vid. And at the end of the day, it's a video, yo. And it being video makes it, you know, theater. It's theater now. It's no longer in the realm of reality, even if it is based off reality. It's still
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And that's from audio from Derek Jones Talks, my very first YouTube page. Audio that I don't even have. So Soup Blown TV on Stone Soup TV. Appreciate that. Good looks. I didn't know you had that shit. That shit is old. But that's how it began. So when I had a conversation with Kev Gillz about that. Now, this is shit that's not on YouTube TV somewhere. I had a conversation with him about that video, about his stance on young Pharoah, and this, that, and the third. So when I talked to him, he of course minimized it because the way that I was talking, he was obviously aware that I didn't know about all the other shit that he was saying about it. Like when he was talking about this nigga Pharoah needs to get beat up on World Star, niggas need to drag him on World Star and World Star this nigga. Like, I didn't know he said that shit. Because if I had known he had said that shit, I would have known, oh, that's why you making the video about the nigga, because you hate this nigga. You really want to fucking see this nigga bang? You say you want to see this nigga banged up on World Star? Young Pharoah? But a nigga like fucking Sonetta, you telling him how much you love Sonetta and you support Sonetta, and you even did a whole live stream talking shit about me and other channels, saying how you don't want to fuck with us because we continue to bang on these niggas for being frauds and not addressing that shit like they know they supposed to, and continue to try to manipulate everybody because their page is a little bigger. Their reach is bigger. So, nigga, you should be doing the most righteous shit, or at least attempting to be doing that. We're still banging on them, still making videos, still uncovering shit that hasn't been basically mainstream in the conscious so-called community. And trying to make that shit so that it is mainstream, so that it is known about these people. Then you got this individual who's coming up through those channels, talking shit. I didn't know that you hated Pharoah like that, Kev. I probably would have never made that video. The video that I made, I probably never really would have made that shit. Because I just thought that you made it in error. I thought that you made it because at the time, we thought you was the fraud department. We thought you was out here like people who was connected to Sonetta and Polite, that everybody knew that these niggas was under examination now. Because how the fuck is you circling around these niggas and not know this shit? How the fuck did young Pharoah be around these niggas for a short amount of time and all of a sudden he's totally cut off beefing with these niggas, but you niggas still there? And then all this fuckery starts to be uncovered. You see what I'm saying? Like, do you see how it's laying out, how all this is laying out? So Kev Gillz comes right in along, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? What up, what up? Comes right along, doing his thing, talking shit about these people, so-called bringing them down. He's going to expose them. He's going to this them. He's going to that them. This is the shit that he's saying. So when you was banging on young Pharoah, nigga, like I said, that's what I thought it was for. I would have never made that video if I had known how you really felt about young Pharoah. I would have never fucking made that video, G. Never.
You ain't shit. Young Pharoah, you ain't shit. Pharoah, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro.
like he's teaching something
It's
from
Photoshop,
a Mexican authors.
And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I want to kill somebody. Young Pharoah did the whole commentary with no shirt on. That you know he's appealing to only these dumb-ass black women who's sitting up there in his comics talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they're appealing to.
Yeah, he's hired help, Tip, and I'm going to show that in a second.
Money. Young Pharoah can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and Young Pharoah, somebody beat the shit out of you.
Now, does this sound like somebody? I'm going to ask everybody in the chat to be honest with yourselves. Be honest with yourselves. Be honest with me. Be honest with the world right now. Does that sound like somebody who has a small misunderstanding with someone? Does that sound like somebody who has a small misunderstanding? A person who's coming from a place of unsurety, you know what I'm saying, dealing with a certain person? Or does that sound like a nigga who generally fucking hates somebody or the person that they fucking talking about? I'm gonna leave it to y'all to decide.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Because it sounds, someone says jealous, it does sound like jealousy. But the crazy part about it is, it's like, you say, sounds like he caught his girl watching YP videos.
Shame.
You get a shame bell for that one.
Shame.
But this shit is crazy, yo. Like, that does not sound, thank you. I agree with that one, that scenario. He really didn't like Young Pharoah. He just flipped when Young Pharoah paid him attention. And the crazy part is, Young Pharoah probably never heard that shit. Because even the videos that I seen it on, only one of them has like a lot of views on it. So it's like he could not have known, nigga, that this nigga was saying shit like he hoped that this nigga gets fucking dragged on World Star, nigga.
Black power, nothing.
You can't, like, listen at the vitriol. Listen at the vitriol in his voice. This ain't no misunderstanding.
Young Pharoah, you ain't shit. Pharoah, you can't. Black power, nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you
the forehead meat is in his head, so I know he's mad.
Bro. And you don't think we can see that shit?
Now, what changed? What changed about what YP has been producing on his platform? Can anybody tell me what Pharoah is producing on his platform completely different now than how he produced on his platform before and at the time? Because as far as I'm concerned, the only thing I seen is YP put up a fucking banner that say Pharoah, and the rest is the same nigga in front of that camera saying what he's been saying, the way he's been saying it from the time that little nigga came around, yo. He's been doing the same thing consistently from the time he's come around. So what has he begun to do differently that made you flip from telling this nigga, first off, he ain't shit? He ain't shit. Like, damn, nigga. For what? Because he teach what he teach. Wow, G. Well, we'll let you finish.
You kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I want to kill somebody. Young Pharoah did the whole commentary with no shirt on. Let you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass.
Coming from a nigga who wears a peacoat inside of a house.
Black women who sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they're appealing to. Black people. Young Pharoah can't make you no money. Young Pharoah can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and Young Pharoah, somebody
again coming from one who does streams and who was probably streaming that video, powered by the local McDonald's customer-friendly Wi-Fi.
Shit out of you, bro. You on that shit. You like, what? Because if you go and young Pharoah, somebody gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. Film that shit. You like world star. You remember young Pharoah, the big little dude who out here talking flexing on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much it is and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense that you made 10 years ago. And young
Does
Pharoah,
this sound
have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So you
Does this sound like an individual who just has a small misunderstanding with someone? Peace. What's up? We asking a question right now. Salima, we asking a question. We want to know. We're going to play this one more time, and then we're going to move on to even more damaging audio from this idiot. Excuse me, from this person, because this is fair use. So I can't be judging this person. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Naming his sources. Yes, it does sound Sonetta-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga, could you name your source for where you got Mexican theology from? Where the fuck does that come from? But we're doing this real quick just so that everyone knows. Hold on 2 seconds, guys. Let me. It's in the right here behind me. Just give it, pass it to me. But yeah, does this sound? We're asking a question right now, Salima. We want to know: does this person in this audio that you're gonna hear? Does this person sound like the person he's talking about? Does this sound like just some small misunderstanding, or is this, genuine, bona fide hate or dislike? Okay, that's the question that we're asking. And here we go.
You ain't shit. Young Pharoah, you ain't shit. Pharoah, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posting online, bro, is Photoshop, bro.
Does this sound like a misunderstanding?
You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I want to kill somebody. Young Pharoah did the whole commentary with no shirt on.
Jealousy.
That he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they appealing to. Black people. Young Pharoah can't make you no money. Young Pharoah can't teach you about no business.
Again, we're gonna keep going, and then we're gonna move on. But this is especially for you, Salima, since you just got here. We want to know: does this sound like a person who just has a small misunderstanding with someone, or does this sound like something else?
There's no real power, because if you go and young Pharoah, somebody gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. You film that shit, be like world star. You remember young Pharoah, the big little dude who out here talking flexing on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much it is and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense that you made 10 years ago. And young Pharoah, you have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So
the House of Consciousness is doing videos and lectures from 10 years ago that's having no effect. But especially young Pharoah. You heard him.
Say that what you're saying is authentic. You came up with this shit by yourself. I hope not. In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharoah came through and fuck with your boy. We fuck with you too.
This nigga is a goddamn shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Now, there's a reason for all this, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? There's reasons for this. There's reasons for everything. What's up, Keisha Ray? We had a little audio, Leonard. We had a little audio being played. We were asking a question tonight, and the question was, does Kev Gillz feelings about young Pharoah? You know what I'm saying? We listened to that audio, and fair use, again, fair use. We're just using this for criticism and educational purposes, critique. It sounds like he has a real issue with young Pharoah that's not some minor misunderstanding, some minor detail that can be hashed out and then these two can come together. And I do not think for 1 second that young Pharoah actually heard any of this. Kev Gillz was a nobody to him. Kev Gillz was what he was to everyone else, a person who had gained some sort of notoriety from chasing after Polite and trying to uncover this slithery, slippery bastard and his techniques and sneak techniques and thespianism. And so it was like, that's how young Pharoah obviously heard of this dude. Okay, like, so let's keep that 100% real and clear and upfront. So there's no way Pharoah could have ever overlooked these things. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it. It's awful if you actually listen to it. One more time, guys, just one more time, I promise, and we'll stop. And just ask yourself, does this sound like a person who has a small misunderstanding or a person who has a lot of real disdain
You ain't shit.
for someone?
Young Pharoah, you ain't shit. Pharoah, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posting online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium.
That's genuine dislike right there.
Young Pharoah did the whole commentary with no shirt on.
That's genuine dislike, but I'm going to continue. That's genuine dislike, in my opinion.
That you know he's appealing to only these dumb-ass black women who's sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they appealing to. Black people, young Pharoah can't make you no money. Young Pharoah can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and young Pharoah, somebody shit out of you, bro. And film that shit like world star. You remember young Pharoah, the big little dude who out here talking, flexing on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much of this and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense than you made 10 years ago. And young Pharoah, you have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So you trying to say that what you're saying is authentic? You came up with this shit by yourself? I hope not. In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharoah came through and fuck with you, boy. And we fuck with you too.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So I'm letting the world answer the question for themselves. I'm not going to lead you anywhere, here or there. Does that sound like a person who has a small misunderstanding or a person who has genuine dislike for young Pharoah? I'm going to go with the latter. Now, the reason that he has dislike is because he was really always trying to get next to someone. Now we know who that someone really is. We didn't know that he had a secret relationship with Sarnetta. Didn't even suspect.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But it's awfully funny how the truth reveals itself, you know? And the same demon that you laid in bed with is the same one who basically put you out there.
Tonight, from the Village of Harlem in New York City, the world-famous Apollo Theater, where dreams are born and legends are made, is proud to present It's Showtime at the Apollo. Starring Steve Harvey.
Y'all ready for your next? Everybody say yeah.
Cat Gillz. We ain't no motherfucking cool. Nigga, I'm a boss, nigga. What you talking about? We cool. Bro, you like Uncle Sarnetta, bro. Yes, I love you, bro. But you a scandalous ass, snakish ass nigga I will never trust, and I won't leave my wallet around.
I respect you, y'all. Like, I respect you, y'all. Like, I respect you, y'all. And I just think, I think we all need that.
I respect you for getting it in. And you coming to the Sarnetta TV Awards.
Wow.
It was like, man, I don't give a damn what they say. I never hated Sarnetta.
Like what you said about the tunnel. You trying to have a real comedian or a real right, break the ice so everybody can be there having a good time laughing. No matter if a nigga clowning y'all, it's just a part of the show. Like you said, but it's not that it'll do it. You feel right. But see, if you ain't some good shit, brother, you in there. You in there with us, brother. Trust me. You in there. Like that. Yeah, but this is fair on somebody. You call me at a good time because I ain't high.
Call him at a good time.
Writing some good shit. Yeah. And just trying to take life to the next day. Man, you already know. This right here is just the first one. I'm
Now, he said you called him at a good time. You want to guess round about what time this was when he called him? He caught him right about around the time that all of a sudden he started turning on conscious speculation after he was fucking with him, flip-flopping back and forth with allegedly Campbell. Then he went on to the real people. Started turning on me and others, sneak dissing, doing whole live streams and videos. That's when this shit was taking place. But I'll let it continue.
I'm looking in the brain like the fucking hitters, baby. I'm talking about the top dogs. Trust me when I tell you. You really trying to do that other stuff. I'm going to do it, brother. You're going to say it. I'm going to do it, Ken. I'm going to do it. It ain't about do I want to. It's already in my mind, locked down. This summer is going down. That's going down. Next time, what's the way?
Then fuck it, it's going down. You hear this shit? There's no way young Pharoah knew this. There's no way you could have known this shit, YP. From what we know about you, you would have been said something. There's no way. But it ain't even over yet.
Man. I respect you, y'all. Like, I respect you, y'all. Like, I respect you, y'all. And I just think, I think we all need that. I respect you. And I don't mean with new people. I mean with new fresh thought processes. You know what I mean?
Here's the question. What is it going to take for me to bring you on the show? And I don't know bullshit on an interview. Like, who is Cat Gillz? Like, interview you, a real powerful interview. Listen.
Shame.
Hold on, y'all.
Shame.
Yo, Sarnetta, hold on, yo. I gotta do this, man. Sarnetta, you's a filthy motherfucker. Yo, this nigga is playing the living shit out of this dude, man. This shit is unreal, yo. This shit is unfucking real, man. Yo, this nigga is playing the shit out of you. That's why you ain't want to bang on him no more. See, the shit that he said about Pharoah in the video, isn't it coming clear now why he really feels that way about Pharoah? It's coming clear why he really feels that way. That's why when that shit happened with Sarnetta and telling Pharoah and them niggas he gonna send goons at him and he on probation and them niggas calling his PO, which is extra gay. I was like, yo, like that shit is, what the fuck, nigga? That's one of the reasons why Sarnetta been on my list. Like, nigga, I ain't forgot all that shit, nigga. You was trying to get this nigga locked up over a fucking debate? Are you serious, nigga?
Shame. Shame.
Why, if it isn't the world famous, the infamous, we'll go with infamous, Frankenberry head. Oh yeah, now he's trying to be friends with Javen Bullets. Nigga, you was just calling Dark Man this. You was talking shit, trying to play niggas, and now like this dude is fucking, yo.
Shame. Shame.
We'll continue. We know.
So, and I don't know bullshit on an interview. Like, who is Cam Gillz? Like,
A meth head says to digital pit balls.
Listen.
We ain't no motherfucking cool. Nigga, I'm a boss, nigga. What you talking about? We cool.
I refuse to be interrogated by a fucking dopehead. A dopehead, nigga. You're a dopehead. If you want to interview the king, nigga, you gotta be sober. Your ass gotta be a sober mind nigga.
He's scolding that nigga.
I don't hate Sarnetta. So once I figured out what it was, me and Sarnetta was talking in the background.
You heard it.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You heard it. Me and Sarnetta talked in the background. All this time that he was bigging up, he said Minister Inky killed me. All this time he was bigging up YP. You was really fucking hiding them videos and that audio that you was dragging that nigga hoping he got beat up on World Star, nigga. That's what you said. Somebody gonna, they gonna World Star that little nigga. Really, G? That's not a misunderstanding, my nigga. That's real hate. That's real hate. And you was wearing that fucking peacoat in a house. Who wears a fucking outside winter jacket inside their house shooting live streams? Fucking idiot, yo.
Right now, yo,
Sarnetta. Hey.
I say, look, I don't hate Sarnetta. So once I figured out what it was, me and Sarnetta was talking in the background. So I can call Sarnetta right now in front of all you motherfuckers.
Right.
And it's just like that.
He has experience in life. He has experience in moving the right piece at the right time. You don't know nothing about that. That's why that's why your people banging on you right now. Your top scholars banging you and they banging on you.
How you think? What do you? Hold up, that don't got nothing. This little nigga
Talking about with that Apollo shit, I really like that. I like that shit you did. That you talking about with that Apollo shit, I really like that. I like that shit you did. That you talking about with that Apollo shit, I really like that. But look, check this out. Man, I'm trying to do some shit for Christmas, bro. Yeah,
Bro.
I'm not doing my shit for Christmas. My shit.
I got 2 boxes filled up already. I think that'll be the right approach to doing something good for the holidays that'll set the tone.
Now, see, Cat,
whatever you got coming for the new year. You feel me?
Now, see,
Yeah, whatever you got coming. God, hold on, nigga. God damn. Where's the fucking shame bell? What the fuck, man?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
This is damaging. You are totally behind the Sonetta Apollo Award Show event. They actually taking off. This is a shame. This nigga is totally behind this shit. Oh, you gonna host there? Okay, Frankenberry said he's gonna host. You know, maybe that's what's gonna happen. But as far as I'm concerned, Sonetta said that shit ain't gonna never happen. But we'll get back to this damaging. Yes. Did you know this shit, YP?
Right. It's just like that.
He has experience in life. He has experience in moving the right piece at the right time. You don't know nothing about that. That's why your people banging on you right now. Your top scholars banging you and they banging on you.
How you think? What do you? Hold up, that don't.
Sonetta caught this nigga one day. It seems, just fair use, it seems as though Sonetta caught this individual one day when he was extremely high off marijuana or whatever, and really got in his head, man. He really got in this nigga's head, man. Like, there's no way, again, that young Pharoah could have known all this, yo. I don't think YP would be dealing with such an individual like this. Especially the way you talked about, like I said, this nigga getting beat up on World Star and fuck his whole idea of what he want to present and all that. That doesn't sound like a small misunderstanding. But we'll continue.
I like that shit you did that you talking about with that Apollo shit. I really like that. I like that shit you did that you talking about with that Apollo shit. I really like that. But look, check this out. Man, I'm trying to do some shit for Christmas, bro.
Yeah. But see, I'm not doing my shit for Christmas. My shit.
I got 2 boxes filled up already. I think that'll be the right approach to doing something good for the holidays that'll set the tone.
Now, see, Cat,
whatever you got coming for the new year, you feel me?
Now, see, Kev, I can tell you got high right now. Because you're thinking right. That's how you
high right now. I'm at the smoke down right now. I ain't even been in yet.
But see, that's how you make the moves, man.
Damn, this nigga counseling this nigga.
And watch how the hate comes. They're going to be hating you because you doing the work. They ain't doing shit.
Oh my God.
No one likes.
Cause you say rites of fucking passage, nigga. Oh my God, man.
No one
Who the fuck knew this?
So we're gonna keep this short.
Who the fuck knew this, yo? We gotta play some Shaka when we talk about this little part. This nigga is counseling him. This nigga, he got haters checking for him too. That's what Saad told him, Shaka. We gotta go to Shaka Amos for this. Damn, Kev. I didn't even know this. Again, this is fair use. I didn't know that you went through the rites of passage, dogs. Sonetta is your bro, and y'all bringing in the new year in the right direction for the new year. Do your fans know this shit? Do the Walking McDead know anything about this shit? Do they know you went through the rites of passage and you heard the infamous tunes of Shaka?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
That shit is crazy. But we gonna finish this shit.
I'll be hating you because you doing the work. They ain't doing shit. So you hear him on the live stream saying, fuck that, Sonetta TV Awards. But behind the scenes, you hear him saying, man, I like that shit you doing. Bringing back that Sonetta TV Awards, man, I like that shit you doing. He love it. But when he go live and he's smoking, he knows how and what his audience want to hear.
You could never fuck with me. You hear me? The reason I like you so much that I refuse to put the rest of the information out. You know what me and you having that door conversation when you telling me how much you love me and I'm your brother and how much you learn from me and how much of your followers is weak niggas. You do this for views. You know that conversation? I got that.
Sonetta, stop clinging on to me, bro. Stop clinging on to me, bro. you sound like a desperate ass nigga, bro. You sound desperate, bro. You need a friend, bro. I'll be your friend, bro. You need a friend.
You already his friend.
Hey,
this shit is amazing.
Just listen to him. Do this sound like somebody who hates Sonetta? This call is a couple of days ago after the live stream where he went fucking ham on me. And that's what made me say, I gotta bang on this nigga. Because the people believing in him. So let me really show his followers who this nigga really is. Let's get it.
Yeah, I got some shit lined up for Christmas. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm thinking we cheap for the new year. It's all about building. Right. All this other shit. But we gonna clown. We gonna have our rose hours and our high time and shit like that. When a whole time like that, bro, the niggas just want to build something positive for the community and build something that's kind of representation and replicating what you're doing out there on the team. That's real shit.
Replicate what you're doing.
All that other shit what them niggas be doing, they just talking and
replicate what you're doing. I want you to hear that and remember, I just want to replicate what you're doing. And he's talking to Frank. So everyone knows what Frank does. And he wants to replicate that.
And ain't doing shit. When you see this shit go down, don't get high, nigga, and start banging on my shit. Don't get high and bang on me, nigga. Because that's what y'all asses be doing.
You ain't scamming nobody.
Hell no.
I mean, I just get the BD halfway and we can put on the great performance and move on. You ain't no wrong with that shit.
Right.
Niggas just be hating at the fact that niggas can make something happen and turn a profit into something. That's it. Niggas just
stupid followers still gonna follow you because, like you said, Kev, like you told, they Down syndrome babies. They down.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Again, things that I didn't know yesterday. I didn't know that this man called his fans. Now, I joke around and I call them the Walking McDead. But this nigga says that these niggas are Down syndrome babies. Like, geez, man. What did your fans ever do to you, Kev? Except go to your page and like it and subscribe like you wanted them to. Yeah, this is definitely a McMeltdown of epic proportions. Epic.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But no one, No one ever asked that question. Does young Pharoah know all this shit about Kev? Did he know how Kev really felt about him? The things he said before that are now probably just being dismissed as being old. Oh, I said that back in the day, or that's old when I said that. He's dismissing these things now. That's because not a lot of people really heard what he said, because his page wasn't big then. But now we can really dissect how you really felt. Because we have word that the only reason you initially flip-flopped on young Pharoah on your stance, and this is from inside information, the reason Kev Gillz flip-flopped his stance on young Pharoah was merely when young Pharoah came to his chat one day, because he had heard that he had been talking about him. And then he switched his stance then and there. Now, I don't know. At the time, I wasn't watching Kev's videos, so I don't know. But from people who were there, who were actually there in the chat, they say that's what happened. And that is what is called a witness with personal first-hand knowledge.
You ain't shit. Young Pharoah, you ain't shit. Pharoah, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posted online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I want to kill somebody. Young Pharoah did the whole commentary with no shirt on. Let you know he's appealing to only these dumb-ass black women who sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off, take it off. That's what they're appealing to. Black people, young Pharoah can't make you no money. Young Pharoah can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and young Pharoah, somebody shit out of you, bro. Film that shit like world star. You remember young Pharoah, the big little dude who out here talking flexion on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much it is and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense that you made 10 years ago. And young Pharoah, you have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So you trying to say that what you're saying is authentic? You came up with this shit by yourself? I hope not. In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharoah came through and fuck with you, boy. We fuck with you too. Fuck all the bullshit. What'd you say? Somebody sent you the link, Young Pharoah. Hell yeah. Nigga, hey, this is my, I get my motherfucking, this is my psychological, you know, I get it all off my chest right here with the people. You know what I'm saying?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
This is his psychological. He gets it all off his chest with the people right here. So what have we discovered tonight, guys? What have we uncovered? What have we learned? Sometimes it's essential to go into history, you know what I mean, to find the answers to the present. You know, we watch a lot of videos. A lot of things get past us. People go to rites of passages, and we didn't even know. I wasn't sure you were going through a rites of passage. I didn't even question it, you know? Silly me. But that's what happens in this YouTube world. So what have we learned today? We learned that Kev Gillz didn't have a minor beef with young Pharoah before Pharaoh, you know, hooked up with him and myself right around the same time. No one knew about the info that he put out before. Some people heard it, some people didn't. But here at Shame TV, what we do is we tackle intent. We tackle the point of something. We dig deeper here. And I, like everyone else, thought that Gillz had just a minor misunderstanding with young Pharoah. I didn't know he really hated him. I didn't really know the way he was cussing him, the way he was denigrating Pharoah's whole message and the way he delivers his message. I didn't know that he was laughing about him getting world starred, or hope like if he should get world starred by niggas, and you know, merely for making YouTube videos and taking the stance that he took. And later we hear that all the while Gillz has been talking to Sarnetta behind the scenes. How long has this actually been going on? Who really knows? The whole time I was dealing with Gillz, he could have probably been dealing with Sarnetta more than likely now, the whole time. This is very interesting to uncover. It's telling about the individual, but I just don't think young Pharoah had any idea of the true hate. I don't think that people who are fans of young Pharoah knew. I don't think that the Walking McDead, I don't think they know how much he really hates them. It's like he wants a whole different audience, but he'll take what he's got right now. Neither here nor there with me. Just Shame TV, doing an open convo, open audio discussion, fair use, just listening to some audio. Sarnetta promised all the audio, he delivered. Again, for the first time in the history of Sarnetterdom. Shame TV 2. This has been an hour stream. We've been talking about Gillz's real feelings about young Pharoah. Also, we heard more damaging Sarnetta Apollo Award Show audio. We also heard that they were planning for the whole new year and that they talked behind the scenes, which means they've been colluding and collaborating for a long time. But it's now out in the open. Shame TV.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Just serving the people. We are indeed the last one standing. There's no one else. If we fold, there's nothing else. Shame TV 2. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Please contemplate what you heard. You know, give it thought. You know. We'll listen to a tiny bit more on the way out.
I say, look, I don't hate Sarnetta. So once I figured out what it was, me and Sarnetta talking in the background. Me and Sarnetta talking in the background. Me and Sarnetta talking in the background. So